It is my great honor to now welcome Renza Scibilia from Australia. Renza is one of the most prolific and known patient diabetes advocates around the world. She runs one of the largest blogs in this world on diabetes, diabetogenic.wordpress.com. I know she doesn't like me introduce her like that, but it is the truth. More than 1,000 blog posts spanning over a decade. She's also a very good personal close friend. And she is, of course, the chair of our community advisory board here at dedoc. Renza, please tell us your perspective on the dedoc Voices, because you've helped us create it. You've been to every single doc day since we started at EASD at this small co-working place in 2015. Take it away, Renza.
Thanks, Bastian. I've been at all of them, and I'm usually horribly jet lagged when I show up, and I don't even have that excuse now if if no one can understand what I'm saying. But I'm so thrilled to be here, as I always am, and I'm especially thrilled to be able to talk about dedoc Voices. One of the most important pieces of work I think that I've been involved in has been ensuring that the voice of people with diabetes is loud, very present, and can't be missed, I guess, at scientific conferences. But it's hard for us to get there. We have to find a way to get there. And that's what dedoc Voices does. So in Madrid last year, it was the first time that we had a community-based initiative where people were able to apply for a scholarship. It covered their accommodation costs, their travel costs, and their registration costs so that they could actually attend the conference and share what they were learning and what they were hearing with their own community. And that's what's really important. I know I have the most fantastic healthcare professionals who do attend these sorts of conferences, but in that very limited time that I have with them, it's like 4 hours a year, I think, on average, that we get to spend with our healthcare team. We don't have time for my endocrinologist to sit there and tell me what she's learnt. I hear that, though, mostly from other people with diabetes who are at these conferences. So dedoc Voices has brilliantly found a way for people with diabetes to be able to attend, to walk the halls, which is what we did in Madrid, but we're doing that now virtually, and we'll be back when we come back live, and we will be we'll be there again. And what it does is it not only gives the people there the opportunity to network, to meet with other people, to consider the advocacy that we're doing, it also means that our communities are richer because they're hearing what's going on, and they're hearing it from us. And we speak in a different way to our wonderful healthcare professionals. We sort of break things down into a way that makes sense. It helps our diabetes make sense. Don't take my word for it. I have been fortunate enough to attend these conferences for some time as part of my day job. I work for Diabetes Australia. But I think it's probably a really great idea if we hear from a couple of people who have been dedoc Voices. So I think we'll start with you, Laura. Can you just really briefly, I guess, just give us a couple of the highlights of what being a dedoc Voice has meant for you?
Yes, hi everyone. Thank you so much, Renza. So I'm Laura from Switzerland, and I've been type 1 for 14 years. And this is my second time attending ATTD thanks to the dedoc Voices scholarship program. So attending last year, the first time, has been a truly life-changing experience for me. Being in a place where healthcare providers form opinions that have lasting impacts on patients worldwide without representation of the patient perspective was really alienating, to be honest. And that feeling never quite left me. So they were talking about us, but without us. But in the end, we are the ones impacted by the decision-making at conferences like ATTD. So we need to have a seat at the table. So that experience actually lit a fire in me, and I decided to quit my job in event management to pursue a career in diabetes. So that would never have been possible without dedoc. So thank you so much for dedoc for giving me this opportunity, and to Mr. Battellino for giving us the tickets to ATTD. And I'll just truly be forever grateful for this opportunity.
Laura, it's such an amazing tale, and thank you so much for sharing that. And Adriana, let's hear from you. I think that you've got a really interesting story to share as well.
Well, actually, my story is kind of an interesting, because preparing my small speech for this event, I actually asked myself, how did it happen that I started to be in the dedoc? And I found that the first message I got was an invitation in 2019 out of nowhere from Bastian, just to take part in dedoc Voices. And then I replied to him that unfortunately I won't be there in Barcelona, and I'm really sorry, and I hope I will one day be able and be lucky enough to participate in EASD or ATTD. And actually 2 days later, I received a mail from him saying that there is an opportunity that one medical, I think it was Novo Nordisk, that Novo Nordisk actually would fly us to Madrid, to Barcelona, just like this. And he just like this sent this message to people who he didn't know. And I even wrote him. I remember I wrote him and I told him, are you sure that this is a real opportunity? And it turned out that it was a real opportunity. And then I really wanted to take part in EASD, and he didn't even hesitate for a second to help me out, to try to do everything he could for me. And I was able to attend my first dedoc day, and it was an amazing experience because I've met so many people. I've met actually my like people I was looking up to every single day on social media, etc., etc. And I was really amazed. And I understood that I didn't know anything about diabetes advocacy. I was like a small baby, and I was actually given like wings, and I was starting to learn to fly just looking at dedoc Voices, at people who speak, who have a big voice, and who actually understand what they say. Because I was thinking, oh, what I say is important. Well, I was very wrong. And every single time we meet, every single time I listen to you, I understand how I can grow with the program. And it's an amazing opportunity. And the fact that you don't hesitate, you don't choose only specific per people, and the program is open for everyone. This is like the huge opportunity. And I think that's what makes it the best.
Thank you so much. One of the things that we frequently hear from people is, how do I get to these conferences? I would love to be there. Well, this is an opportunity. So anybody who's watching, please keep an eye out on dedoc Voices. We promote ourselves everywhere. You can't miss us if you're in the diabetes community. For the rest of ATTD, keep watching, because most of the tweets, as Bastian already said, are coming from the people who are dedoc Voices this year. It is coming from the community. And I'm going to end with just one of my absolute favourite sayings, because I think it is so, so critical. Nothing about us without us. Thank you.